In this video, we're going to talk about reflections, although we're really quickly going to review transformations, which we did in our previous week. So when a figure is translated, the x-coordinate of the pre-image changes by the value of the horizontal translation. Hopefully that makes sense. X-coordinate goes right and left, horizontal goes right and left, and then we call that number A, okay? So our horizontal translation is shown as A, and then the y-coordinate of the pre-image is changed by the vertical translation, which we call B. So that means if I start with xy, so I have my regular coordinate xy, then I'm going to add my horizontal change to x and my vertical change to y. So let's go ahead and take a look at this. So if we draw the following triangle after a translation of 4 units to the left and 4 units down, so I'm just going to take this, I'm going to go 4 units to the left and 4 units down. So if I go 4 units left and then 4 units down, this point moves down here. And then I'm going to do the same thing for each point. I'm going to go 4 units to the left, 4 units down, and I moved that vertice, and I need to do the last one for the triangle, 4 units to the left, 4 units down, and move that vertice, and now here is the new triangle. So it goes image to pre-image there, just kind of translating. I'm just moving it. I'm sliding it right, left, up, down. In this case, I'm sliding it left and down at the same time. So remember, it doesn't slide diagonally. We have to go left and then down, okay? So reflections, that's actually the section we're going to look at for today. So over the x-axis and over the y-axis, so we have two different situations. So if I reflect over the x-axis, to reflect a figure over the x-axis, multiply the y-coordinate by -1. So that's all we do. If I tell you to reflect over the x-axis, you're going to take the y-coordinate and multiply by -1. The x-coordinate is going to stay the same. So we have xy, and that's going to change to x -y. So we can even look down here, and I can pick one of these coordinates. So I have -2, -1. Well, if I want to reflect that over the x-axis, -2 is still going to stay the same because I'm just flipping it over the x-axis. But the -1 for y, I'm not going to be going down anymore. I'm going to be going up. So it goes from -1 to 1. Okay, so we can see that in each one of these, -4, -4. Well, if I look at the vertice on the top, that's -4, 4. So it went, the y-coordinate flipped signs. Same thing on this one for -4, -1. I can see that it's going from -1 to +1, but the -4 is staying the same because it's still on the same x-coordinate. That hasn't moved. It's just changing the y-coordinate. If I want to reflect a figure over the y-axis, I'm going to multiply the x-axis, the x-coordinate, by -1. Okay, so I kind of do the opposite. If it's the x-axis that I'm reflecting over, and hopefully you notice I just switched that because that actually said y on accident for just a second. So we're reflecting over the x-axis, we multiply the y-coordinate. If we're reflecting over the y-axis, we multiply the x-coordinate. So you just have to make sure you keep those ones kind of straight. I just had a typo over here that I fixed. So xy, here's my coordinate, and now I'm going to have -x and y. Y doesn't change, only x changes. So again, we can see that on here. I'm just taking it and I'm flipping it over this y-axis. It's kind of like a mirror line. Okay, so the y doesn't change. They're still at the same level here. I'm still 1 above the x-axis on all of these, which means I'm up 1 for my y, but I'm changing the x-coordinate because I'm moving from the left over here to the right, or I'm moving from the right to the left, depending on if I'm going blue to green. All right, so let's go ahead and draw this. So draw the reflection of the quadrilateral across the x-axis. So I can do this 2 different ways. With a graph, we can use the counting method. So I can look at how far away a vertex is from the axis that I want to mirror it from, and then literally mirror that on the other side. So if I want to reflect this across the x-axis, and I start here on this vertex, I'm 2 away. So then on the other side, I'd also need to be 2 away. So that would be where the new vertex is. And then on this one, I'm 3 away, so I need to be 3 away again. I'm 5 away on this one, so I'm 5 away again. And then this one, I'm 7 away, so I need to be 7 away again on this side. So now I can connect it, and that is reflected. So that is one option. That's a very visual option to be able to do it that way. But of course, I can also use my coordinates. So I can go x, y. Since I want to reflect over the x-axis, I'm going to make y negative. So my first coordinate is 1, negative 7. So I'm just focusing down here on the bottom. So 1 is going to stay the same, but the y-coordinate is going to flip signs. It's going to go from negative to positive. So we can see I went from down here to up here. And then 3, negative 3. So that's going to change to 3, positive 3. Right? So we can see that here. And then I have 7, negative 5. And that's going to turn into 7, 5. And then my last one is 8, negative 2. And that's going to change into 8 and positive 2. So hopefully we notice those are the exact same two figures reflected. It was just two different methods to reflect that figure. So that was kind of the basics of learning how to reflect an image either over the x or the y axis. I hope that helped, and I'll see you in the next video.